Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. There's a website for Kathy at the top here if you're interested. Feel free to freeze frame if you want it, of course. Supportive Oracle Cards. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. There are some websites on the back here if you're interested. Feel free to freeze frame if you'd like to write those down, of course, or log them or whatever you need to do. There's some websites in the back of the book too. ColetteBaronReed.com is on the back of the book. There's her picture too if you're interested. There's also a couple websites over here in the corner. Feel free to freeze frame and use that information if you want, of course. All right. What do we have for Aquarius? Ace of Pentacles, first card out. There's a bit of Pentacles going on here, a bit of Earth. There's like 4. 4 out of 6 cards are Pentacles. That's a lot. Which, if you want it, that's cool. Depends if you want it. Okay. Now, when it's starting off, you seem to be very content and happy. You got the 10 of Pentacles, and I think this is a gorgeous card. You're where you want to be. You don't want it to change. Okay. Is that face? No, that's right side up. Because you don't want it to change, I feel like you might be a little bit reserved or recoiling. I feel like you're not reacting to something. Because something is going on. This 8 of Wands is popping up, and it's kind of like, what's the deal here? In fact, I'm going to use the dice to clarify that. Because, like, what exactly? Something's coming in really quick, but I see you non-reacting. Just kind of like, no, I'm going to wait to see what happens next with that before I say anything or do anything. The 9 is the Hermit. And then the 4 of Pentacles. Somebody made a decision, and it's going to stick. And it came in pretty quick. Something came in quick, but it's like somebody getting a divorce or filing for divorce. Like, once you do that, it's a big thing, but then it's done. And it's kind of like there's a lot of questions, like, what brought that about? In this situation, I don't know if that's exactly right, but, I mean, it's a general situation, general reading. It comes in fast, though. Although it does seem like it's a big change. Because when this moves forward, I feel like somebody made a decision they didn't really want. So if we're going to use that filing for divorce situation again, it comes in really fast. Once it's done, it's done. It seems like it. Like, you got the 4 of Pentacles. It seems very fortified. Like, that's something that's going to happen. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Major Arcana is the Hermit, like, really thinking it out. And you don't seem to be liking it at first, but for some reason you're holding back, like, let's see what comes next. Let's see what happens next. Kind of like something doesn't seem right. I feel like you're saying something doesn't seem right. And the 3 of Swords, you're not happy with it, but it doesn't seem right. Something doesn't seem like it's on point. Something's amiss. And you got a face down card. What is it? Love and compassion. If this is going to happen, if that's where this is going to go, if this change is going to happen the way it is, I feel like, all right, I want to be in a position to where I can handle it and it doesn't have to be that big of a deal. I feel like this is a place where I'm standing here like, if that's what's going to happen, let me see what comes next and I'll just position myself accordingly. I'm also like, whatever it is, it seems like it's a little messy, and I don't want to make it worse. I really don't want to make it worse. Yeah, I don't want to make it worse. What else do you have coming in with that? It seems like this is very benign to me. Like, it's just holding back. A lot of this feels like it's just holding back. Is that what you're doing through the whole thing? The Magician and the 7 of Fire, which is holding the line. You're not communicating. I think that's what it is. it's not that you're not doing anything. Maybe you're not communicating. Um, so it's like maybe you're getting some stuff done or you're putting certain things in certain place, but it's like you're keeping it very, very much to yourself. So if you're preparing for the future, you're not really talking about it or letting people know why you're doing what you're doing. But for example, maybe you're getting some extra supplies or you're looking into what this costs over there. You're doing some research on this over there. For example, if this was a business situation and there's a quick change coming in and you're like, oh, they're selling the company. I don't feel like my position is as secure as it was. You're not really talking about it. You don't really like it. But you're like, all right, let me see what else is out there. I'm not going to tell anybody I'm looking, but I'm just going to see what's out there. If push comes to shove and I feel like this is getting worse, I'll have a plan in place and I'll just enact my plan. It's not I don't want to. I feel like I have to. I feel like I have no choice. The Eight of Swords, I need to free myself from this. I need to free myself from this feeling. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to plan for if this goes bad, this is what I'm going to do. That's what I feel you're doing. But you're not communicating. You're not telling people you're doing that. You're not liking this either. I keep getting you're not liking this. Now, you're seeing yeah, that's the way to do it. They're saying that's smart. I feel like they're saying, yes, keep doing that. Don't communicate with others. Don't tell other people what you found. It's not the time for that. I hope it doesn't sound selfish, but if it does, it does, I guess. Because what I'm seeing is like, if you're planning for just in case this goes bad, and you let other people know, I feel like people could work your plan out from under you. It's almost like, I'm going to go to this other place if this job fails. If enough people know about that, oh, they're hiring people over there? Boom, all these people went. There's no more jobs available because they're all filled. And you're like, oh, okay, that's not a plan for me anymore because they're not hiring right now. I do feel like we need to keep this to ourselves. The big picture is like keep it to yourself for now and see what comes next. Yeah, because you've got like a more of a I'll step back and see what happens next. You are actively moving forward, but it's very private. Very private with this Pentacle energy. Whatever happened here, it fails. A big change trying to come in. It seems like, again, it comes in with a lot of earth. Like, it's almost like, again, like somebody filing for divorce or a company saying they're going to sell or somebody's going to buy them. And then all of a sudden you find out, well, we decided to cancel the divorce. We're not going to get divorced now. We talked out our differences. We don't want to do it. Or also with the company, like, well, the company that was going to buy us, they decided they're not going to do it, or we decided we didn't want to do that. It fails, whatever it is. And that's what I'm getting with the Prison Wife and the Five of Pentacles. It fails. For whatever reason, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Is it going to come back later? It seems like it would come back later. Is it going to come back later? Let's find out. Is it going to come back later, though? That is Swords. Seven of Swords. Stealing. It's like the stealing card usually. And the 16 is the Tower card. Something's not right here. Because I would think, if somebody told me they were going to get a divorce and then all of a sudden they're not getting a divorce, or a company saying, oh, we're getting acquired by this company. Oh, we're not. No, never mind. We changed our mind. Or somebody changed their mind. I feel like that's the writing on the wall. That something isn't right here. Something isn't right here. They're moving on from it. But the information is out and you got the message. Writing is on the wall and you saw it and you got it. Hitting it on the mark here, the Arrow Master. And the Six of Swords is telling me this time it's not happening, but sooner or later it seems like it will. So whatever this situation is, it's more about how it affects you. It's time to be more strategic and decide what you really want. It's very weird to me because I feel like, again, I'm looking at like if, for example, if it was a company situation and somebody else was going to buy this company and then they just drop out. If somebody else down the road does buy the company, for example, if it's your job thing, it doesn't mean you don't have a place there. It doesn't mean it would be good or bad. It just means it'll probably happen. So it's kind of like, what does that mean to you and what do you want to do about it? I see the Ace of Cups coming in, but like, I don't want to just pretend like there's a good ending here. I like, what exactly, why is there a good ending here? It's the Five of Wands and the Strength card. There's going to be a lot of people that seem to be very confused about what's going on, and there's going to be a lot of commotion. Let other people sort this out for you. Somebody else might bring you a better opportunity. Just be open to it. That's all. Because I feel like there's definitely a change. Sooner or later, a change is going to happen. It's just the writing is on the wall. It's going to happen. So other people, other people are moving forward with things. And I almost feel like, for example, if it's a job thing again, I feel like what's going to happen, other people are going to leave because they're uncomfortable. And when they do, make sure you stay in contact with them. And wherever they go, ask them how they like it. And if they like it, then you want to go there, ask them if there's a spot for you, and you can use them as a reference and get in there real quick. That's what I feel that's about. That's the Ace of Cups, because I'm like, how's that coming in? Because it's kind of like making the controversy work for your favor. Kind of like let other people go to these other jobs, see where it is actually good. When you find out which one actually is good, have them get you in there with you. If it's a job thing, of course. If it's something else, like a social connection, or maybe it's even a relationship thing where somebody's going to leave you, and then they change their mind and they're not, which is weird, but if you let that keep going, I don't know how you're going to work that out. Because if this is a relationship thing, that kind of baffles me. Because I'm like, if somebody's like, they make some weird decision, well, maybe it's not them leaving you, but they make some weird decision that you don't care for, and then they change their mind and they don't do it, but you know that they want to, maybe it's time to start working with that and decide what you really need to happen with that. Instead of waiting for it to happen, maybe it's time to push it forward so it just happens, whatever it is. Like, what are we talking about? Like, if you're with somebody in a relationship and maybe they're getting ready to leave a job, and they're telling you they're leaving, and then they're like, no, I changed my mind, I'm not going. What does that mean for you? If they lose their job, or if that changes, what does that mean for you? And just try to solidify it the way you need to. Like, apparently they're not happy where they are, but like realizing they're really not happy, but why? What's going on? Why were they considering leaving, and why are they not leaving now? Like, what's going on? And how does that affect you long term? And kind of trying to like push it forward so it stabilizes, trying to push it forward to some situation where kind of like, let's find a way to stabilize that. If you're really not going to leave, or you're just temporarily not going to leave, or like, do I need to help you find something else so you can go, solidify somewhere else so I don't have to worry about you going places? What's going on? Stuff like that. It's interesting. So holding back works for you, but then again, when it solidifies, it's funny. It's holding back works for you, but then when it solidifies and like whatever this is fails, then it's like it's at that point where your power position shows up, and then it's like you'll be able to make the best decision and get the best outcome. That's what I'm getting. All right, I'm gonna shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.